So, you've recently been diagnosed with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, now often called MASLD. And you're probably dealing with that stubborn fatigue, the brain fog, or honestly, just the sheer anxiety of not knowing what comes next. Believe me, you are absolutely not alone. Welcome to this explainer. I'm going to put on my lifestyle medicine doctor hat today because we are shifting the focus right now from fear straight to empowerment. We're going to break down the exact evidence-based daily habits you need to manage, live safely with, and actually reverse this condition. Right off the bat, let's ask a pretty crucial question. What if your liver's absolute best medicine isn't sitting on a pharmacy shelf? You see, for this specific condition, your daily lifestyle choices, what you eat, how you move, your sleep schedule, they aren't just an afterthought. They are your primary first-line treatment. And no, we're not going to talk about some crazy miracle detox or fad diet. We are sticking entirely to scientifically backed habits that literally pull fat out of your liver and get your quality of life back. Okay, here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with why this condition is so hidden, jump into why lifestyle matters most, cover the dietary mistakes you absolutely must avoid, highlight the healing foods to eat, and wrap up with your new daily exercise habits. All right, section 1, the silent liver condition. Let's uncover why this is so often misunderstood. The thing about fatty liver is that it's a total master of disguise. As this quote points out, it is quite literally a silent disease. You might feel absolutely no symptoms at all, or maybe just a mild lingering fatigue or a weird slight discomfort in your upper right abdomen. Because it is so quiet, it demands proactive lifestyle management. If we just ignore it, this hidden struggle silently progresses into serious liver scarring like fibrosis or cirrhosis. But here is the amazing news. Your liver is incredibly resilient. It is practically begging to regenerate if we just give it the right environment. Moving right along to section 2, let's look at why your daily habits are the most powerful tool in your toolkit right now. Take a look at this number, 7 to 10%. The latest critical guidelines strongly emphasize that losing just 7 to 10% of your total body weight can massively reduce liver inflammation and even reverse existing scarring. Think about that for a second. You do not need to hit some impossible magazine cover standard of perfection. A targeted, entirely manageable reduction is literally all it takes to drastically improve your liver health. Actually, let's break that down even further. You don't need a massive overnight transformation. The research shows us that a modest weight change of just 3 to 5 kilograms, which is only about 7 to 11 pounds, is an independent predictor for putting this disease into remission. You can hit that goal by simply cutting out about 500 calories a day and getting a little more movement in. It's totally achievable, and it physically pulls toxic fat right out of your liver cells. Okay, section 3. Let's head into the kitchen and talk about the dietary mistakes to avoid. These are the daily habits silently making things worse. So, let's look at the mechanics of what's actually happening under the hood. Think of your liver as a giant overstuffed storage unit. When you eat too many simple carbohydrates, we're talking sugary snacks, refined grains, your liver just can't process them all for energy. So, what does it do? It panics and quickly converts those extra sugars directly into harmful fat deposits, storing them right there inside the liver tissue itself. When you're walking down the grocery aisle, these are the heavy hitters you absolutely need to steer clear of. Sugary drinks, candies, baked goods, and those ultra-processed convenience foods, they are your liver's worst nightmare. And here's why. They cause massive, rapid spikes in your blood sugar and insulin. That metabolic roller coaster tells your body to rapidly store fat, driving deep inflammation everywhere. But it's not just the obvious sweet stuff. Overconsuming white grain products, white bread, white rice, standard pasta, actually acts exactly like sugaring your body. When you combine those simple carbs with fast food and sugary sodas, you're placing a staggering toxic burden on an already overworked liver. Now let's talk fats, because this is a huge area of confusion. It's not about eating zero fat, it is entirely about choosing the right fats. You've got to swap the harmful stuff on the left, fried foods, heavy red meats, saturated fats, palm oil, which just triggers cellular toxicity and worsens scarring. Instead, you want to embrace the healing fats on the right. Olive oil, omega-3s from fish, and nuts. These actually reduce oxidative stress and actively soothe your liver. All right, section 4. Let's focus on the positive. What foods are scientifically proven to help heal your liver? If you look at the evidence from all the top medical institutions, it overwhelmingly points to one thing: the Mediterranean diet. It's the absolute gold standard for managing fatty liver. It's a nutrient-dense, whole food approach that naturally lowers your cholesterol, improves how your body handles insulin, and floods your system with anti-inflammatory plant compounds. So, what should you actually be tossing into your grocery cart? These evidence-based superfoods, for sure. First, coffee. A daily cup of black coffee is clinically proven to protect against fibrosis and lower abnormal liver enzymes. Second, garlic. Studies show it actively reduces liver fat. Next, fatty fish like salmon. Those omega-3s are powerful anti-inflammatories. Grab a handful of nuts like walnuts to lower insulin resistance. And finally, start your day with oatmeal. Its soluble fiber binds to cholesterol and effectively reduces your triglycerides. Finally, section 5, exercise and daily habits. Let's look at how your daily routines outside the kitchen complete this whole lifestyle medicine picture. I want you to remember this magic number, 150. Aiming for 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity per week is an absolute must. And hey, that breaks down to just 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Exercise is incredibly powerful because it helps burn off the fat stored inside your liver cells. And it does this even before the number on the vacuum scale starts to drop. Check this out. Whether you're a fan of aerobic exercise like brisk walking and cycling, or you prefer resistance training like lifting weights, they both work wonders. Clinical trials show they safely reduce liver fat by up to 35%. And the coolest part? As the table shows, they do this even if you don't lose a single pound of body weight. The key is simply moving your muscles so your body becomes more sensitive to insulin. Alright, let's tie this all together into a practical daily checklist you can literally start today. For your morning routine, wake up, have that protective cup of black coffee, and pair it with a high-fiber bowl of oatmeal. During the day, keep your stress in check because stress spikes blood sugar, and get that 30-minute walk in. For your main meals, swap out the heavy red meat for salmon, tofu, or legumes. Now for your evening routine, this one is huge. Stop eating late at night. Giving yourself a solid fasting window before sleep lets your liver repair itself overnight while you rest. And of course, keep the alcohol and sugary sodas out of the house completely. Wouldn't I end on that provocative thought right there? Look, you no longer have to feel helpless about a fatty liver diagnosis. You got the exact blueprint now. Eating healing Mediterranean foods, moving 150 minutes a week, creating healthy sleep routines, and ditching the simple sugars. Knowing that your daily habits hold the literal power to reverse the silent disease, what is the very first lifestyle change you're going to make today? Remember, small everyday choices compound over time. The power to heal is entirely in your hands. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you next time.